A family and a local high school community in mourning this evening over the loss of a football standout. 17-year-old Zyrees Oliver had been on life support since collapsing hours after practice last week.
The day was August 11th, and Zyrees Oliver had just finished football practice. But today was a little bit different. During practice, he consumed 2 gallons of water and 2 gallons of Gatorade. The overhydration caused his brain to swell, giving him seizures and eventually a coma. Unfortunately for Zyrees, this would be the last day of his life. Now, he's not the first person to be overhydrated. See, there was a woman named Jennifer Strange and Cynthia Lucero who also lost their lives due to overhydration. The clinical term for this situation is hyponatremia. With so much hype around Prime, this can be a dangerous thing.
I need to be drinking a gallon of Prime every single day.
I'm sure those content creators that have made things about Prime would also agree of the dangers of the impressionable youth, but at the same time, you gotta be careful. Overhydration is not a joke, and unfortunately, I don't think that's the last case that we're gonna see. Today, we're gonna do a deep dive on Prime and figure out, is Prime good or bad for society? But first, we gotta see what the hype's about. Let's go buy some Prime.
For those of you wondering, how on earth could Prime be deadly? Well, it's all because of the influence this man has.
The interesting thing about Logan Paul is he's really a superhero, if you think about it. Think of all the other superheroes that are fake, if I'm allowed to say that, like Superman, Batman. But Logan Paul's real. Pretty soon they're gonna have boxing gloves for Logan Paul. Encouraging little kids to box, probably not the best idea. The interesting thing about Prime is it's positioned to be a sports drink. David Ogilvy is huge on this product positioning. Take a look at this, for example, just a couple really small locks. But oftentimes you can charge a lot more if it's just positioned in the right way. For example, if Prime doesn't work out, could you position it as a Listerine alternative? Maybe. Or more realistically, probably some of this. I'm honestly starting to think that it's sold out. I haven't been able to see it anywhere, so it's probably sold out. I might have to go ask someone.
Now, while on my search for someone, I found something that was quite alarming.
No way. Grape flavored pepper spray. They should have Prime flavored pepper spray. It'd be pretty sick. I'd probably buy that. See, I would not be surprised if there was a Logan Paul poster in here. They're missing out. There's literally thousands of products Logan Paul could sell. Thousands.
Just as I was about to give up looking, I finally found Prime front and center. I don't know how I missed it.
What they should do is anytime someone picks Gatorade, they have Maverick, the bird, just fly and attack someone. That'd be a funny commercial, just like, that'd be insane. But they pick Prime, then they throw a party. I think it'd be a good marketing stunt. PETA would get involved, and that wouldn't be too fun, but I think it'd be worth it. All right, it's time to go toe-to-toe. Prime. Let's compare. Oh, dang, okay. It's obviously lower calories than this. I want to see the sodium. There's only 10 in there. There's more sodium in there. You lose electrolytes when you sweat, so maybe Gatorade would do better, but I'm not a nutritionist, so probably to find an expert on that one. But in terms of packaging, the overall feel, it just feels better, which is kind of a weird way to say it, but aesthetics does go a long way in the sports industry.
After Prime winning that decisive win against Gatorade, I wanted to figure out if this drink was actually good.
Saving the earth. Alrighty, we've officially gotten our Prime. It is now time for a taste test. We gotta find out if this is actually good. What if it's already open? That'd be so bad. Okay, not gonna lie, I kind of don't like it. Like, not the worst thing I've tasted, but it does kind of taste like those things when you get sick and you just drink it for electrolytes. I swear, if they change the positioning on this product, it could be even more successful. Think about that.
On my way home, I figured out that Prime has done more for the government than I thought.
At the stop sign, turn left.
Oh, that's loud.
Turn right on.
Now that my ears are bleeding, I decided to get some peace and quiet at the park.
Look at all this infrastructure. See what I did there? You know, one thing I love about Prime is all the revenue is going to be taxed to make cool parks like this, perhaps even help build the bridge over there, and if we're lucky, maybe even fix a pothole that I ran over on the way over here. I'm a little bitter about that, but honestly, I probably need new shocks. And the cool thing is Prime is actually already creating second markets. I mean, just look at Etsy. That's creating income for probably some single moms and people that need it. So that's a really cool thing. Now, fingers crossed, Logan doesn't hit them with that copyright strike, but we'll see. On the Mount Rushmore of YouTube, Logan would definitely be there. Him along with KSI, probably. Another thing to remember about Logan is he's encouraging entrepreneurship. I mean, think of being 7 years old, seeing Logan as an example, just in the terms of business. That could be inspiring. And not to mention all the charitable things that he's doing. Like maybe helping people bike more. Let's see if she's got some Prime. Any comments about Prime? Oh, she's holding something in. I don't know what it is though. Whoa, she does not, unfortunately. She's got these weird gloves on. Why do bikers wear gloves? I don't understand that. What are those? I feel bad for roasting this piece of art. Absolute piece of work, let me tell you that. To be honest, all this talking about Prime and how it's good for society is making my blood sugar low. So we gotta get some candy.
So I went to Walmart to find a coveted YouTuber's candy.
Logan and Prime have really paved the way for other creators, not just necessarily in merch, but in different products. I mean, look at AirX Pizzafy. By Prime being the first one, they really showed what was possible in the YouTube arena for creators in terms of monetizing a product and making money.
And there's one man that's done that the best.
Okay, that's crazy. Center aisle too. Ooh, I have found the candy. Wow, there's so many flavors now. I'm gonna get the almond. Bit of an update here, just got a notification on my phone. Apparently not everyone agrees with Prime. One of them is Senator Chuck Schumer. He actually challenged the FDA to investigate Prime for their claims. Pretty crazy. Don't know why I'm holding it like this. It's time to investigate those senators' claims. Let's take a look. Now, I want you to ask yourself a question. How did Prime blow up? Let's find out. Now, if we're being honest with ourselves, Prime has looked a lot like this. Now, if you look closely, there's like kind of an upward push going this way. There's a lot of low pressure in this area causing the green to interact, kind of hit it, and then just kind of go up like that. Let's find some evidence to back up this claim. Wait right there. Okay, so this is an article, all right? This was in March. I want you to think about that. How did it become so popular? This is a question that more people need to be asking. January. I'm gonna fire the intern after this. Now this slide looks boring, but look at this number, all right? Pounds. Do you think Arnold Schwarzenegger can lift that much weight? The answer is no. Think about that. How many elephants would weigh over 200 million pounds? A lot. It's way too dark in here. Holy smokes, I can see. Now, this is a crazy number, but what's even more crazy is this picture, okay? That's insane. Sells out within minutes. Now, if my eyes do not deceive me, look at this case, all right? That's a lot of Prime, and that is a lot of beverage. Think about selling out within minutes. I'm sure the stampede that would have had to happen looks a lot like the stampede we see on Black Friday. In fact, the popularity has become a meme. Prime in stock. He looks like the guy from Yes Theory, and I'm sure he would agree that Prime is popping off too. Shout out that guy. Okay, now this is a question that I personally get a lot. I get at least 20 emails a day asking me, is Prime tasty? And although that's a blatant lie, let's find the answer. No, we gotta be honest, guys. And the experts, or the expert, would agree with me.
It's like swallowing perfume. What is that?
Perfume. Did you hear that? Now, if anyone knows anything about food, it's gonna be that guy, okay? He says it tastes like perfume, it probably does. Now, I don't know if the elf reference was intentional, but we gotta take him at his word.
Passion fruit spray?
Fruit spray? Sure. Now, who could possibly be responsible for such a concoction? Let's look into their lives just a little bit. That is probably the scariest picture I've seen all month. Now, this man here blew up on YouTube, as we know, playing FIFA. You know, some people play games all their life. You play dumb games, you win dumb prizes, but this man has won the ultimate prize, and that's being punched in the face by Logan Paul. But more on that later. But it takes two to tango, which leads me to my next point. Who's this guy? Logan Paul.
What do you want?
My name is Jeff.
And that's pretty much all you need to know about Logan. I'm gonna get serious in this next part. Turn off the lights. What are some of the alliances, aliases, which is a misnomer in this sentence? Who are the people that they've teamed up with? Because that has been key. Let me show you. I know, I have to walk over here because I don't have a pointer. But if you guys subscribe, maybe one day we can afford one together. Maybe a sick laser pointer, that'd be cool. What I was trying to say is they actually teamed up with some athletes. The official athletes of Prime. Oh my gosh, what just happened? Look at this. They've been sponsoring soccer teams, okay? The real question is, what number would this be? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, I want you to understand, Logan Paul and KSI are standing on the shoulders of giants. This is Ryan Reynolds. Probably hard to tell with his 50 o'clock shadow. Barely see his chin. They sponsored this soccer team, and this is them hoisting the cup, or the transmission, it looks like. Catalytic converter, I don't know my car parts. And honestly, It honestly does look like a car part, if we're being real. Now, the interesting thing here, I want us to zoom in. I want us to focus in right here, okay? These two people know what it's like to make money. And the way you position yourself in the market is critical. I mean, let's look at Nike. They sponsored Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Serena Williams, and hundreds of other athletes. They are following in the footsteps of giants, but they fought. I'm turning on the lights for this because this is critical. I'm sure everyone and their mom knows they actually fought. Cool. Just making sure. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed my silly little PowerPoint. I'm getting kind of tired. I think I need some exercise. Let's get outside. Okay, there's a few things that are certain, and one of which is Logan does not do well when he's unsupervised.
Stop it. Get some help.
What? I mean, he did find a way to redeem himself. So if he goes to crap with Prime, then odds are 3 years later, he'll bounce back and think of something else. So there's always that.
That walk was a little boring. Let me do something more active.
I'm not even sure why I have these. This looks like majestic right now. I might switch the angle. POV, you suck at soccer. Now guys, I'm just reading the article on my phone. People are concerned that Prime doesn't do what it says it does. It says it hydrates, but not a lot of people agree, and that's why the senator is upset. And honestly guys, okay, I played soccer when I was like 5, so Isaiah Photo did a video. I drank a gallon of Prime a day. I'm sure we all saw that. Again, if the wrong kid sees this, then this can be an issue. Now, like I said, the good news is this isn't very high in sugar, so someone could switch going from drinking Dr. Pepper every day to this. It would be a benefit, but not by much. Guys, the next video, I've gave a gallon of Prime to my horse for 30 days. Will Peter get mad? Maybe.
While the sun was setting, I decided to find a seat at the pond in order to reflect a little bit more about Prime.
Okay, what did we learn today? If Logan gets himself in another forest situation, odds are, I think he can bail himself out. You know, if something terrible happens and people overhydrate, I think Logan will eventually be able to come out of this. However, how can we limit the possible downside of teenagers accidentally killing themselves? And that senator has a great point. I think the FDA should look into the claims, and they should be aware, the general public should be aware of what's actually in this bottle. To be honest, when we're talking about the future of Prime, I think you should expect both. Expect the good from Logan and expect the bad. Expect all hell to break loose. I think it's gonna be a future with a whole lot of both. And to be honest, whether you think Prime is a scam or not, it's totally up to you. And if it is, did I accidentally promote a scam by making this video?